So this lesson involves how one would prepare to take a solo in your high school jazz band, your college jazz band, or if you had to audition for All-State or districts or whatever. There's no set rules about how you prepare. So one way that I like to do is to put some simple melodies on a chord progression. In this case, take the A train. Like some of them are jazz lines and some of them are just, you know, pop lines. The idea is that they make the sound of the chord pretty specifically, so you get that in your head. And then the second part is we'd play a transcribed solo by a jazz master. Okay, get the articulations in the feel. And then the third step is we'd actually now take a real solo based on the fact that my ears and my mind and my fingers are familiar with the sound of this particular chord progression, and we just go for it, you know. And the main thing is I'm able to keep my place, and I kind of know the sound of all the chords, and you know, if there's a couple of wrong notes here or there, it's not the end of the world. The idea is to have a step-by-step progression to creativity. So first we're going to do simple melodies. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we're going to play along with Troy Roberts on his solo on this to get a little more sophistication. And here we go. One, two, three. Okay, good job. So if I was going to have a play along, I would use Jamie Aebersold's Volume 65, which is reasonable tempos with an organ, and then you could put that in GarageBand and play along and listen back. But for now, I'll provide the accompaniment as Caleb will now show us his level of creativity and improvising. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Good. So the idea now would be for you to download the transcribed solo, and keep in mind that the transcribed solo needs to be playable. Okay, and it can't be like a wild outside solo. We can't really, that doesn't help us to get familiar with the chords. Okay, and then the second part of the exercise was, you know, just familiar melodies that should make the sound of the chord, and then download that, and then the Able Solo Volume 65 is a good play along. Or the other option is to use the Jazz Workbook drum track at a medium tempo, so it's just you and these melodies, and there'll be a crash every 8 bars, so you'll know if you're like rushing or you're in the wrong section. Because the idea is when you're a soloist is you need to be like self-contained. You know, if I just listen to you with no accompaniment, I can hear the chords, I can hear where you are, and the whole thing makes sense. Okay, just rambling on by ear doesn't get the job done. So that's the other option, which is a good option, is to do it with the drum track. Or I recommend Jamie Able Solo Volume 65 because it's a play along that's at a reasonable tempo. Okay, and remember the key here is repetition leads to creativity. So you need to do it over and over again, you know, and then things will just, you know, pop into your head, and you'll begin to teach yourself. Adios, amigo.